Hello world, welcome back to my channel. I am Sahil and I am creating an advanced product filter using Bootstrap for PHP, MySQLi and Ajax. And this is the second part of the series. In the first part, you have already seen that how I have designed this page using Bootstrap 4 and displaying all the product using PHP. Now in this part, I am going to show you how to code in Ajax and PHP to make filter working when we click on any checkbox. So let's start. So this is our project directory, and inside this project directory I have already created this index.php file and this config.php file. So let's code Ajax just below the all codes and just above this closing body tag. Okay, so here I will use a script tag, and inside this script tag I will write my Ajax code. So for this I will just select document.ready and I will use this function. So first I will check is our jQuery library is working or not. So for this I am just showing an alert message hello to check our jQuery library is working or not. So here you can see the alert, so it means our jQuery library is working fine. Now we will just code our Ajax code here. So first I will create a function. So write function get, write the name of the function. So I will write get underscore filter text, and in the parameter field I will write text underscore id, and here I will create a array variable filter data and initialize this array to empty value. Okay, now I will target all the id, all the input field using this function by grabbing the id. I will see you how this gonna work. So here I will use checked now. I will use each function here and just write function, and now whenever we check any checkbox, like when we check this and this like this, so whenever we check any of the input field, then you can see I have assigned an id with every input field. So you can see I have assigned an id here with value brand like this. For RAM I have just declared, I have just given id RAM, and like this I have given all the input field and id with their respective id value. Okay, and this input field contains the value that we have already fetched using PHP. Okay, so we are grabbing the value from this id. Okay, so by using this function, so here I will just use this filter data variable, and here I will use jQuery push function, and here I will just use this keyword. And well, now whatever the value inside any input field will be stored in this variable, that is our array variable. Okay, so this push function will push all the values inside this in this array format. Okay, here you can see. So now I will just use return and just write filter data. So our function is ready. Now here above I will target all the checkbox click activity using our common selector, that is already written in here. You can see already written in input field in class attribute. You can see product underscore check. Now this class is written in all filters. You can see in RAM also I have assigned this product underscore check, and in brand you can see in every of the input field. So this is a common selector, so I will use this class as a common selector, and I will use here, just right here, product check, and I will use click method and just function. Now whenever we click any of the checkbox, then this will happen inside whatever we write in this function. Okay, so first I will show the loader. So I have already coded a loader and displaying a loader. When we click on any checkbox, then first we will see a loader, then after complete response from the server, then we will hide this loader. Okay, so you can see by default I have just hidden this loader, and I have just given an ID to this image img tag. So I will use this ID, and here just use hash symbol and loader dot show. So when we click on any checkbox, then first we will see the loader. Then after I will create variable for action and give some data like data, and you can give anything here. And I will create variable for brand filter, and here I will use get underscore filter underscore text function that I have just created. You can see here. Now here in parameter, actual parameter field, I will write the ID value that I have already assigned in input field. You can see here this is the input field, and you can see here this is the input field, and I have already assigned an ID with value brand. So like this I have declared all the ID in input box with their respective name. So for RAM I have just assigned RAM, and for HDD for HDD I have just assigned HDD ID value. Okay, so we will store whatever the value inside that input field using this function. Okay, so now just copy the same thing and just change for RAM. So our, and again here for hard disk, so use HDD, and here you have to write processor. You can keep any variable name here, but you just have to keep the value of the ID that you have given in the input field. Okay, input tag. So here you have to check the same ID value have to given here. Okay, now the next is for a screen. So just write screen, and here in the ID part I have just assigned screen underscore size. So here I will write screen underscore size, and next is for OS. Okay, so our all variables are ready. Now I will use Ajax code here for sending the request to the server. So here I will use this, sorry, Ajax. Now first I will use URL, that is action.php. We will send all the data, all the variable data to this action.php, and I will use method post. Okay, and what data we will send? So we will send action is to action. Now here we have to specify the uh, here we have to specify the variable that we have just declared here. Okay, so just copy brand and paste here and just use same thing. And for ram and hdd, and for processor I will use same processor variable and screen os. So our data is ready. Now I will use success function. So just write success function and here give an parameter response. Now what we will do after success, so I will first show the response. Whatever the response coming from the server, we will just show in a div that is our this row. Okay, so here you can see I have given an id result, so we will show all the response that is coming from the server in this div. Okay, so I will use this result id and here just paste, and I'll use HTML method and here just pass response. Okay, now next I will hide the loader, so just use loader id and here write hide. And the next thing I will do is I will change this all product text dynamically when we click on any of the checkbox after filtering the result. Here I will show filtered products. Okay, so for this I have already given an id here to this text h5 tag here, so I will use this id. So just text change dot, I will use text method and here I will simply show filtered products. Now this is okay. So our jQuery code is complete. Now we have to we just have to create this action.php page. So for this, just create a file action.php. now here I will write the PHP code. So first I will require this config.php, so here use require and config.php. now below this I will use if statement and here I will use this isSet function. Now I will use this super global variable post and action. Now I am targeting this action. When some action has done, then I will first run a query using this SQL variable. So here I will use select all from products is the table, the name of the table, and I will use a condition where brand. Now brand is the column name. You can see here I will show you localhost php myadmin. Okay. Now this is our database and this is our table. Click on browse. So here you can see this is the name of column brand. So we will check this brand column should not be empty. Okay, so for this here we can use this not equal to empty. Okay, now inside this if statement we will check another condition using other if statements. So here I will use same isSet function and same super global variable post, and for this time I will use brand filter. And now here you have to see carefully here. So I will create a brand variable, and here I will use implode function. Okay, now what this implode function will do, I will show you. When we are sending this request using Ajax, then you can see our data is going in the form of array. Okay, this data filter data is going in the form of array, and we have to convert the array into a string, then we can use uh, in the query. Okay, so for this our data is coming in this form. You can see here like this, Wolfmania, and like this, like RAM and HDD, and so our data is coming in this form. So uh, we have to grab the single or a single text from the array by using this implode function. Okay, so here, so for this I will just use the glue. Sorry, double click here, and I will use glue this comma, and and in pieces I will use super global variable post, and here I will just write brand. Okay, now I will again use this SQL variable. Now this time I will concatenate this, and I will write and brand. Here I will write the brand, that is our column name, and I will use in clause here. Now why I am using this in clause, because whenever you see here, if we click on apple, or like apple, or like 2 GB, so you can see there are two values clicked at the same time. So we are checking all the value that are coming from the Ajax request by using this in clause, or you can simply use or operator here also. But if you use or operator, then the query will be long. So just use this in operator. This is good to use here. So now in here I will use brand variable that I have created here. Okay, now now you can see this SQL query is not completed yet. Okay, I have just concatenated with this, so I will concatenate all the query for different filters in this same SQL variable. You will see later how I do this, and I will lastly run the query and check for number of rows, then I will do other task. Okay, so for now just copy the same thing and paste here, and this is for brand, and our next filter is for RAM. So just change the variable name. This is the variable name, and uh, this is the data coming from the Ajax request, and this is the value coming from the Ajax request, and this is the column name, and this is what the variable we have created here. Okay, so just select all the thing because all are same. So I will just replace with RAM, and for next is hard disk. So just select all the thing again, and just write HDD. Okay, now paste one more time, and this time processor. So just select processor. Okay, now just paste one more time, Now this time for a screen. Okay, so here we just have to screen. All the values are same, but here you can see in the database our screen column name is screen underscore size. So here we have to specify a screen underscore size because this is our column name. Okay, and our last filter is OS. So OS is all same, so just change all to OS. Now our all filters query are ready. Now we just have to run this query. So I'll create a variable result, and by using this connection variable I will use query method and just pass this SQL variable inside this, and I will create an output variable and leave assign a value empty because we will use this variable later. Okay, now I will use an if statement again, and here using this result variable we will check for the number of rows. So here we have to write num rows greater than 0. So after running this query, whatever the number of rows are coming by looking these SQL queries, if the number of rows is greater than 0, then this if statement will execute. Okay, so inside this I will use a while loop, and here I will create a variable row, and here I will use result. Now using this result variable we will use fetch a sock method. Okay, now this fetch a sock method will fetch all the values from the database in associative array format. Okay, now here I will use this output variable. So write output. Now this time I will concatenate because we are using second time this variable. So here I'll concatenate this. Now in output just go to the index.php and I will show the same thing. Here you can see I have showing all the records in the main page using these codes. So I will just copy the same code there. So just select this div. So this div has ending here, so just copy from here to here, copy, go to action.php and give a single inverted comma, and here just paste. Okay, now close this using semicolon, and you have to change something here, like just remove this shorthand PHP tag, and here you have to give a single inverted comma, and here concatenate using dot symbol, and here also do the same. Okay, so you have to do for all the values. So just just delete this and single inverted comma and dot, and just remove this also, use this. Okay, now here also just remove this and first this, and now from here. Okay, now for all these just select all at once, and okay, now delete and single inverted comma and then dot, and for same just select from the right side and select this and here also just delete and use concatenation symbol and single inverted comma close. Okay, now this is ready. Now if any number of rows will fetch from the database, then this while loop will execute, and if no result is found and number of rows is less than 0, then we can simply show a message here using else statement, and I will use the same variable output. Now here I will show a message using this h3 tag, h3 tag, and here I will write no products found, no products found, and just close this h3 tag. Okay, now all things ready. Now we just have to echo this output variable outside of this else statement, sorry, this if statement. Okay, so you can see this is the outside of the else. So here we can so this variable echo output. So our action.php is ready now. Now let's go to the browser and refresh. So this is our page. Now when I'm going to select any of the checkbox, like when I click on Apple, then you can see only Apple laptops are showing here. Okay, and you can also see the text has been changed to filtered products. Okay, now when we uncheck this, then all the products are showing. So let's see, when we want to show all the HP laptops, then you can see all the HP laptops are showing here. If you want to show all the HP laptop with 8 GB of RAM, so here we can select 8 GB checkbox with HP brand. Then you can see only HP laptops of 8 GB RAM are showing here. Okay, and if you want to show all the HP and Lenovo laptop with 8 GB, then you can also select Lenovo here. So no Lenovo with 8 GB are present, that's why are not showing any Lenovo laptop here. But if we uncheck this, then you can see HP and Lenovo laptops are showing here. So just uncheck this. Now if we want to show all the laptops with 2 TB hard disks, then you can see 2 TB hard disks are showing here. If we want to show all the laptops with Core i7 processor, then you can just check the Core i7 filter, and you can see here this processor has, this laptop has Core i7, Core i7, Core i7. Okay, you can just, and if you want to filter all the laptop with 14-inch with Windows operating system, then you just have to select this Windows 10 operating system. Then you can see there is no product found. So with 14-inch screen and Windows 10, there is no product available. So you can just select this 15-inch and uncheck this 14-inch. Then you can see all the laptops with Windows 10 and 15.6-inch screen is showing in the page. Okay, so this is working fine, guys. I think I have just mistaken something here. Okay, I have not changed the text here. So you can just go to index.php and here select a screen size, select screen size. Here you just have to write select OS. Okay, refresh this and go to your browser and refresh. So here this is sorted. Now if we want to show all the laptop with 1 TB and 4 GB, so you can see 1 TB with 4 GB. Okay, so thanks for watching this video guys. If you like this video, then hit on like button and please subscribe to my channel.